Uh, there is something I should bring up. And that is that, God, why do I have to keep seeing that every time I start a new game? I am going to be using a spoiler-free guide for the rest of the endings. That might seem kind of cheap, but it's just the easiest and most efficient way to see the stuff. So, yeah. But yeah. We did get through our first ending that we did legit, so I'm not entirely seeing this as like a sin, to be honest. Also, hey, Golden. Okay. So we want to get to December 15th. Okay. Oh. Text. Toot toot. Okay. I think going to the seminar. Let's see what this main says. There's a little accident, huh? Did something happen? I almost ran into somebody I really would rather avoid. Oh, Moika, probably. You okay? If you're having a hard time, I think it'd be okay to leave halfway through. I can't do that. I'm alright for now, thanks. Alright. Fair enough. Okay. But yeah, we want to get to December 15th and then just save.
At present, by passing, think of it, I'll answer as many.
How have you guys been doing, though? Everything good?
This has, in other words, two.
Oh. What's this one say? I can't believe you get to go to a fancy party, die in a fire, Mr. Fancy Pants. What the fuck? Oh, food here looks so good. There's nobody to talk to and I'm bored. You could have helped too, you know. No way. Then don't complain. But I'm jealous. You get to go to a party. There's a lot of hot rich girls, right? Jesus Christ, man. Oh, yeah. It's mostly guys, I think. Lots of older scientists. What? Oh, Karin, hang in there, man. Is that all you ever think about? Yes. The answer is yes, Okabe. Usually not a whole lot of worthwhile stuff happens in Daru's brain, I would bet. Damn, you get a lot of text. The mysterious Suketos have at last appeared in Akihabara, nya. This is one of the hidden doors of Akihabara that leads to the truth, nya. Huh? If you know not of it, then very well, nya. It saddens me that we cannot journey together, but if my sacrifice shall put an end to this, then I go through the door with gladness, nya. What? Jealous. God. Unzips dick. Unlucky. Okabe, may I have a moment of your time? Not today! That'd be so effing rude. I'm making someone right now. Is it important? No, it's not that important. Can it wait then? Alright, I'll contact you later. Sorry. No, please don't worry about it. Aww. Lukako is such a sweetheart. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah. We've already seen that, and I don't want to get copyright for that. God damn it. Stop showing me this stuff, even if it is fast-forwarded. Got a sec, Uncle Ocarin? But I refuse. Okay. Listen, what do you think I should do about Mom and Dad? What do you mean? I just can't see them getting together like this. Well, you're right. Uncle Okarin, is there anything you can do? You know there's nothing I can do to help with that. You're right, yeah. It kinda hurts that you just gave up that easily. It doesn't seem to be your kind of thing, Uncle. Jealous? What does that even mean? God. Jealous of what? Absolutely goofy, man. All of this stuff should be the same. Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doo. Someone was clapping cheeks, what was it?
はい。
Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doo. Skippity skip skip skip. What the hell was that? I assume that was like a hungry stomach sound bite, but Jesus. That sounded like a beast. Starving something fierce. Oh, I forgot about that scene. Where she just straight up assaults Mayuri. Hmm. Oh, well, they've already made it to December 5th. That's something. Oh, massage. How did things go with Kurisu after that? No problems. Can we do something about her mouth? I want to talk to Maho too. Let's see what that brings up. Huh? What? No, absolutely not. What? Don't say that. Let me switch between the two of them. Not happening. Not for you. Sorry, it was a joke. I didn't think you'd get so mad. If you knew your electronic double could be spilling secrets about your private life and you have no clue, it'd freak you out too. Fair enough. I mean, I know it shouldn't happen, but that doesn't mean it won't. You're right. So can you let me switch between them? Legrisaya emotes. Amadeus.
なんだ
Hey, I didn't need to see that. We're missing one. I'm not adding Machina. It's not happening. Oh, JB? Maybe. We still need a Halloween Kyoma emote, though, is the thing, Golden. Tier 3 Machina? Absolutely not. Ain't no way. I decided to start the app. Which app? Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Wait, it's the 15th. What? You will be given the option to turn off your phone as soon as you reach this point. Please save. Shit. I wasn't here, but I'm guessing you've only gone through one ending so far? Yeah, we did, what was it called? It was Promising something. Promising R, I guess? After we finished, it said we sent a D-Rhine or something. Yeah, that one, we'll say. The call was from Kurisu. I really hope I didn't fuck up somehow. I really should turn off my smartphone until I calm down a little. Okay, this is apparently where we're supposed to save. We'll save right there. I am following a spoiler-free guide, Morse. Just so you know. It's got no spoilers, but I guess it is kind of cheap to use, but it just makes things more efficient, so I don't think there's a huge problem with it. Be given the point option to turn off your phone. As soon as you reach this point, please save. I already did save. Starting from point A, do not turn off the phone. Okay. Alright. I really should turn off my smart... Okay, let's not turn off the phone. I was fine just a moment ago. But now even hearing Carisi's voice was enough to send me into a panic. I'd gone back to how I was half a year ago. Back then, even hearing Carisu's name was enough to make me dizzy. I think it's good to move forward, Rentaro. I know it's hard right now, but you know, it's just some stuff we gotta do. Is there a specific ending you're going for? Because some of those guides follow the optimal order. This one says the one I'm going for, the one that is suggested to go for first, which I obviously didn't go for first. It's called the GS route. They abbreviate it. They abbreviate it to not spoil, I guess. I guess that's what it is. Yeah, I'm going for GS route. Or something. Yeah, it's just GS is what it says. I shouldn't have tried to chase Karisu's shadow. For now, I should just turn off the smartphone. No, we're not going to do that. But in the end, I couldn't make that decision. Yep. Do not turn off that phone. And the next huge choice is on January 23rd, it seems. If it's saying that point B is 1, then maybe we should make a save at point B as well. I gulped down an entire bottle of mineral water and caught my breath. There was still a little time before my meeting. I wanted to get some air up here and recover a little. I looked down over the scenery below the overpass. The city was in the Christmas spirit. The atmosphere was charged with excitement. I don't think I can skip, right? Or can I? Oh, I guess I could skip. Wait. I should make sure of my settings real quick. Text. Red only. Okay. Good. This route also happens to be the more or less the most depressing. Okay, well, we have to read all these routes anyway. If we want to 100% the game, we have to read them anyway. It'll make us sad, but we can get through it. The world can be tricked. Connect the possibilities, deceive the world. Oh, that's the message we sent in the last ending, right? That's the one we sent in the last ending we got, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Am I only getting this because of what we did? Is this only happening because of what we did in the last ending, maybe? Oh, this is new. Oh, this is new. It is new, right? Yep, it is. Kaide and Fubuki were looking at me, worried. I got away from them as fast as I could. X-Day Protocol? Is this a new chapter? I don't think I've seen this one before. I think that's new. Yeah, that's new, that's new. Because I don't remember seeing that line before. When I started the conversation with that, both Dr. Liskinen and Maho looked shocked. We were meeting in a room at a luxury hotel in the heart of Tokyo. It felt like the sort of secret meeting you see in a spy movie. Or maybe it only felt that way because the old me wasn't completely gone. So Daru said that in the last ending that this world is necessary. Those messages are proof of that. Gotcha, gotcha. That's cool, though. I love how, like, interactive the endings can, affect, like, the rest of the playthrough in Steins Gate 2. So it feels like those endings and worlds are really necessary. Like, genuinely. That's one of my favorite things about Steins Gate. The world lines in this game are more tied together. Yeah. Mochi, quick. What's my favorite Pokemon? I don't fucking know, man. Goldango. Cause he's golden and you're golden. You get it? They're both golden? Eh? Eh? Bulbasaur. Oh. Well. I was close. I was close. It felt like a sort of secret meeting you'd see in a spy movie. Or maybe it only felt that way because the old me wasn't completely gone. Literally 1,007 Pokemon away. Sorry, 900. Yeah, don't you forget that he's technically the 1,000th Pokemon. That name would make me think of Shiny Liepard. Is Liepard golden? Is it shiny golden? Let me see. I don't remember what Liepard looks like. Or the shiny version, I mean. Oh, it's got a bit of a reddish tint. Well, shiny Liepard actually looks pretty good. I might have to shiny hunt that. They both have a yellow underbelly, but the shiny is brighter. Ah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Oh, by the way, for those that play Pokemon Scarlet Violet, I think home connectivity is on the 30th. But they could also just be like, lol, gotcha. That's not actually. I think it's on the 30th. Or was it darker? Let me look at it again. It looks a bit lighter. They are both yellow, but like the shiny yellow looks a bit lighter. Maho seemed to finally understand what I meant, and her anger was clear.
Maho, 落ち着けなさい。このテストはむしろリンタロウの善意で成り立ってるんだよ。引き受けてもらえただけでもこちらとしてはありがたかった。ここで辞退しても無責任ということは決してないから大丈夫。
I don't trust this man's sick eye on him. It's very weird that we didn't see him at all. Like, when the crap was going down in the PR route, do you think he was just like hiding his involvement, maybe? Because you'd think that like we'd see him say something, like or anything, or just see him in general, or something, you know. Dr. Liskinen smiled and offered me his hand. I took hold of his giant hand and shook it back, but I looked down, unable to look him in the eye. You have a personal theory? You'll find out what happened by the end of this route provides a lot of context for what happens in PR. Oh, I gotcha.
ただ、私としてもできれば続けてもらいたいんだよ。
Without going into detail, I don't trust him or Reyes, but I think they are both not trustworthy, but also to each other. I mean, we know Reyes is evil at this point. We know that.
ざっとログを見たが、かなり頻繁に話してくれているじゃないか。それに研究室で我々が相手をしていた頃とはクリスの話し方がだいぶ違う。
No, our Reyes is fine. Our Reyes is based. Ah, shit.
人は社会的な生き物だ。相手と状況によって言動を変える。
Our Reyes is still evil. True, actually. That's why we keep him locked up. Reyes is probably the least developed character in this novel. Even the other side characters have more depth to them. I mean, she's just like, she just seems like one of those character archetypes that's just like a loyal soldier, kind of, but also crazy. There is some stuff you could do with that, but the archetype in general doesn't open up to a lot of development, in my opinion. Even the chimps get more development. Damn.
それを MTS でも再現できていると見ていいだろう。だからこそもうしばらくテストを続けたいんだ。ちなみにやめようと思った理由は何かな？ MTS と話すのが辛くなったかい？
Stereotypical government agent with no moral alignment, more or less. Yeah, basically.
いえ、逆です。
逆？
アマデウスとクリスと話すのはとても楽しいんです。でもそれが
Just like me, for real, for real. And then I desperately tried to explain the feelings that were welling up within me, even though I still didn't understand them myself. I told them how scared I was that I was starting to see Kurisu and Kurisu as the same person.
やはり君に負担をかけてしまったね。本当にすまない。ただ、君のその反応はとても興味深い。研究者ではない目線で MTS を捉えているという意味で私も勉強になるよ。こんな言い方や感じ方になってしまうのを許してほしい。何しろ根っからの研究者なものでね。
いえ、こっちもわがまま言っているのは分かっているんです。
Maho hadn't said a word for a while. She was frowning, and she seemed to be intently focused on studying Amadeus's logs. I didn't want her looking at me because it made me feel guilty, but...
わかった。テストの事態については君の望む通りにしよう。
1943 copy of The Arborist? I have no idea what that even means.
ただアクセス権は君のスマートフォンにそのまま残しておいて構わないかな？
え？
Sign my copy. Oh. Sure, man. I'll put a big old paw print on there.
今後アメデウスと話すのも話さないのも君の自由だ。クリスの方からは君に連絡しないように言っておくから。私たちと君との関係を今日これで終わりにはしたくないんだ。せっかくできた日本の友人だし、それに魔法も寂しがるしね。
教授
I mean, he's not wrong.
わかりました。
I felt like giving in, but at the same time, I didn't want to lose my relationship with Dr. Leskinen. My goal of going to Victor Crondria University hadn't changed at all. And then Dr. Leskinen got a call on his smartphone.
おっ、失礼。ちょっと電話してくるよ。魔法、その間にリンタロウと仲直りしておくようにね。
Dr. Leskinen really said, now Kith. God. Dr. Leskinen. I gotta deal with that later. Dr. Leskinen left the room with a mischievous wink. I was alone with Maho.
ごめんなさい。さっきは怒鳴ったりして。
It's understandable.
いや、
教授の言う通り、こちらがお願いしている立場なのに。アマデウスは今の私にとっては姉妹。子供みたいなものだから。それを投げ出されたように思えて、つい。
力になれなくてすまない。
あなたの気持ちも分かっているつもりよ。あるいはつもりだったかしら。
Maho sighed again.
自己嫌悪だわ。ダメね、私。
What do you mean?
多分前頭前皮質がひねくれてできてるのよ。そうに違いないわ。
You're fine just the way you are, Maho.
は？
前頭前皮質は人格を形成する部位の一つね。情報のフィルタリングを行うこともあるわ。己の中の認めがたい情報を遮断したり、自己欺瞞を行ったり。
よくわからない。
要するにむき出しの情動を隠そうとしてとっさに嘘をついたりするのよ。他人だけじゃなく自分自身にもね。今の私みたいに難しい言葉を並べて自分を取り繕ってやろうとか、こういうことも前頭前皮質がやってるんだと思うわ。
That would apply just as well to the old me, Kill Maho. You can say that it deceives yourself. I see what you did. I see you, sneaky golden. When I realized that, there was nothing I could say.
誰でもそういうことってあると思う。
私は特別ひどいのよ。多分。 今後も気が向いたらでいいからアマデウスを構ってあげて。ほんの短い時間でもいいの。
考えておくよ。
ありがとう。
Maho flopped back onto the sofa.
なあ、聞いていいか？クリスの母親のこと。
お？
前にパーティーの時、君とレスキネン教授が話しているのが偶然聞こえたんだ。クリスの家に何かあったって。
ああ、あのこと。
Maho seemed to remember it quickly. She nodded.
クリスのお母さんから電話があったの。家に放火されたんですって。
Oh my god, what the fuck?
大丈夫なのか？
ちょうどその日は留守にしていたから大丈夫だったそうよ。
That is incredibly lucky. Jesus. That was a relief. After all that had happened, I really didn't want Crease's mother to have to go through any more.
私、クリスのお母さんには結構可愛がってもらっていたの。休日に家にもよく招待してもらってね。だから心配だわ。変なことに巻き込まれていなければいいのだけど。
That is so unbelievably fucked up, Golden. Jesus Christ.
変なこと？
I noticed the way she said the phrase. A cold chill ran down my back.
ただの放火じゃないのか？
それが。
Maho seemed unsure if she should tell me.
ヒアジョーさん。
I urged her to speak. She nodded slightly.
それが最初は地元の警察が捜査していたらしいのだけれど、その後 FBI を名乗る人たちが来たらしくて。
FBI？
ええ、FBI が出てくるような事件じゃないのによ。
I mean, you're probably right, Golden.
それと放火した犯人を隣の住人が目撃していたそうなんだけど。その証言によると、犯人はただの放火犯には見えなかったって。
というと？
複数犯でね、なんだか特殊部隊みたいだったって。ほとんど何も喋らず、火をつけたらすぐ近くに止まっていた車に乗り込んで去っていったそうよ。こんな言い方が正しいかどうかわからないけど、手際がすごく良かったみたい。火の周りも異常なほど早かったらしいわ。
Was she trying to say that it was no ordinary arson, but the work of a professional? I couldn't laugh away the possibility. I knew for a fact there were people like that in this world.
それとその犯人たちがロシア語を話していたって。
Russian?
ロシア語?
Oh no. Russian. The first thing that came to my mind, whether I liked it or not, was Nakabachi. Half a year ago, he'd stolen a paper about time travel from Kurisu, his own daughter, and used it to seek asylum in Russia. Could that have something to do with it?
それともう一つ。クリスが亡くなったばかりの頃、私たちの研究室でもおかしなことがあったの。地元警察と一緒に日本の刑事という人が来たのよ。日米の合同捜査でクリスの事件を調べているって。もちろん私たちはできる範囲で協力したんだけれど、何日か経って大学が警察に問い合わせをしたら、そんな刑事が日本から来た事実はないって言われたわ。
じゃあその日本の刑事は偽物だった？
それだけじゃないの。地元警察も私たちの研究室を捜査した事実はないって。つまりね、日本の刑事どころか警察と称してやってきた人たち全員が
偽物。
そのことがあってから私。
Maho shook a little and wrapped her arms around herself.
私、クリスの死には何か裏があると疑っているわ。別に陰謀論者ではないけれど。何かもっと別の理由でクリスは殺されて、それが闇に葬られてしまったんじゃないかと、そう考えているのよ。
I mean, we know why Kurisu got killed, unfortunately. How many times are they gonna make me see this fucking CG, man? God damn it. I was the one who killed Kurisu. The police never found out. They never would, probably. No one could prove a murder that had been committed by a time traveler. The police had announced that a foreign thief had snuck into the storeroom at the radio building, and Kurisu had been killed because she saw him. Supposedly, there was an international warrant out for the thief's arrest, because he'd already left the country. Shit, sorry. And when I killed Kurisu, there was one other person there, Dr. Nakabachi. It was eerie that his name hadn't come up at all. Russia, CERN, the time machine. I remembered the future that Suzuha, or perhaps I should say John Titor, had spoken of. She'd said World War III was going to start within a decade, and it'd be the time machine that set it off. The EU and Russia would be in a race to develop it, and then even America would intervene. That'd be the spark. Were we at the center of a chain of events that would result in the deaths of 5 billion people? I couldn't help but feel that way.
このままじゃクリスは浮かばれないわ。真実を知りたい。
真実？
I couldn't stop myself from shaking as I looked at Maho's face.
真実を知りたいって。
That was dangerous. If she tried to learn the truth, there could be no doubt that she'd put herself in danger. The Rounders, who came crashing through the veil of the night. My childhood friend who died in my arms after being shot in the head. And after that, the nightmarish and seemingly endless time loops. All the horrors that I'd experienced in the Alpha World line came flooding back, and I fought to stifle a moan.
でもそれは警察に任せておいた方がいい。
そうかしら。
少なくとも自分でどうにかできるなんて思わないことだ。人間一人の力なんてあまりにちっぽけなものだから。
After I said that, I regretted it, but it was too late. Maho's gaze had turned into a piercing glare.
あなた、もしかして何か知っているの？
Oh no. My panic was about to show. I quickly covered my face with my hands.
そんなはずないだろう。
そう。変なこと言って悪かったわ。
It is getting intense.
私、クリスのことになるとついムキになってしまうの。彼女のこと本当に好きだったのね。
あいつは本当にいいやつだったし、本当にすごいやつだった。俺も好きだったよ。
ええ。あなたのことを見ていればわかるわ。
It's getting awkward. A heavy silence filled the air between us. I felt like I had to say something, but fortunately, Dr. Leskinen came back just then.
二人ともよかったらこれから食事でもどうかな？
Maho and I nodded and stood up from the sofa.
岡部さん、またこちらでのクリスの話を聞かせてくれる？
ああ、いつでも。
I was just barely able to smile back at Maho. I saw a dark blue van come around the corner of the underground parking lot. Its tires squealed a little. It wasn't a Japanese car, it was a station wagon that looked like a sports car from some foreign manufacturer. I didn't know a lot about cars, but supposedly if you purchased it from a dealer, it could possibly go for over 8 million. 8 million yen, Jesus Christ. Get out of there? I don't think it's the same van. The reason I knew all this was because of the car's owner had told me over and over. Is that even... Can you even call that a van? Or no, it's not a van. Sorry, it's a station wagon. The station wagon stopped in front of us, and there was a short bark from the horn. Associate Professor Izaki came out from the driver's side. While I was eating with Dr. Leskinen and Maho, he'd called me about something else. How much? How much what? When I told him I was having dinner with the two of them, he'd offered to drive us home. Dr. Leskinen tried to refuse, but Izaki had insisted so much that he had no choice but to accept. He had a pretty nice car for an associate professor. This was the cause of a lot of speculation around the college. Some people said his family was rich, and others that he had the wife of some CEO as a patron. He'd once quietly told me the truth, that he was single and spent all his money on his car. Oh my god. But who even knew if that was true? Jesus. I hope that's not true. That's a terrible decision. Izaki was acting like he was a professional chauffeur, opening the rear door and escorting Dr. Leskinen and Maho. How much money? I don't know, Golden. Like, how much money what? Is the car? I don't know. Dr. Leskinen thanked him and got inside. Did it say? No, it said... if you purchased foreign cars, it could go for over 8 million yen. That's about it. Maho went around to the back to load up her luggage.
岡部君、ちゃっかりレスキネン教授に気に入られてるなんてなかなか抜け目ないな、この。
He grinned and poked me with his elbow.
この子には手放しちゃいけないぜ。君の将来のためにね。
はあ。
He was a hard guy to hate, but for an associate professor, he seemed kind of shallow. It was one of the unfortunate things about him. He waved to me and opened the driver's side door. What was that sound? About the same time I heard the strange sound. Oh god! A hole opened in the window on the front passenger side. Misaki screamed and fell back on his butt. Oh god, are we getting robbed? Jesus! The rear window exploded. What the hell happened? How are we already getting into some shit? We just started this route.
なんだよ、これ。
I panicked. Was this some kind of supernatural phenomenon? I was too confused to move. And then in the corner of my vision, I saw someone. A man I didn't know appeared out of the shadow of one of the pillars. Oh my god. He was holding something strange in his hand. It looked kind of like a handgun. He was tiny, with a short barrel, and kind of flat. I couldn't see any kind of silencer.
誰だ。
I remembered him from somewhere. I felt like we'd met before. I don't know that guy. Where? I thought, but nothing came to me immediately. Airgun must be a compressed one. The man was standing there, mumbling something to himself.
つまずきを与えるこの世は忌まわしい。もちろんつまずきが起きることは避けられないが、つまずきをもたらすものこそが忌まわしいのだ。
What?
もしお前の手か足の一つがお前をつまずかせるなら、それを切って捨てるがいい。
What the fuck?
両手両足揃っていて永遠の火に投げ入れられるよりも、それはお前にとって間違いなく幸せなのだから。
What is bro waffling about?
また、もしお前の片方の目がお前をつまずかせるなら、それをえぐり出して捨ててしまうがいい。たとえ片目であろうとも、貧の無の谷の炎に投げ入れられるより、ずっと幸いに違いないのだ。
Hinnom? Valley of Hinnom, the name of a valley in eastern Israel, on the south side of the old city district of Jerusalem. The valley was once where impure garbage and executed prisoners were disposed of, and it was always filled with fires, black smoke, and a horrible stench. It was also where human sacrifices were offered to Melech, and so was feared and avoided by the people. The site of this valley, constantly burning with unholy fires, became linked in people's minds with the idea of hell. Later, Gehenna would become a symbol of hell. The Hebrew root word was Gehinnom, which later became the Greek Gehenna, and later the English Gehenna. This is also why the flames that burn in hell are sometimes known as the flames of Gehenna. I have no idea what the fuck that means. Wait, what the hell? There was an aura of intensity and madness about the man as he pointed his gun at us again.
神の与えし魂とは、神の子である我々にこそ宿る。 決してシリコンの上には宿らない。
Do you want me to tell you what Gehenna is? They'll probably explain it later. Not now. They'll probably explain it later. Jesus Christ. Izaki stood up, turned around, and fled in terror like a startled rabbit. That sound again. It was so soft and light. I couldn't even imagine that it was a gunshot. But this time, the car's windows didn't break. And it didn't blow a hole in me either. It missed? Was he too focused on Izaki? But you won't be that lucky again. Move! I like Maho's face here. Oh, man. I pushed Maho into the back seat and crawled into the driver's side. Thankfully, the engine was still running. I slammed down on the pedal without even bothering to shut the door. The sound of a powerful engine shook the underground air. The attacker flinched at the incredible noise and vibration. But the car didn't move forward. Is it in park? It didn't move an inch.
Shift!
Yeah. Bro, you didn't take it out of park? What? Dr. Liskin and Maho were keeping their heads low in the back seat and shouting loud enough to be heard over the engine. I took my foot off the accelerator. I glanced over at the gear shift. It was stuck next to the inn, brother. Just put it to drive! Oh wait, yeah, maybe he doesn't know how to drive a car. Oh my god. And then, through the windshield, I saw the attacker ready his gun again. He was aiming at me. The look in his eyes told me he was ready to kill without hesitation. Crap! Oh shit. Cracks like a spiderweb appeared in the windshield. Something went past the side of my head. I felt a sharp pain, and at the same time a ringing in my ears. And all the other sounds faded away and started to disappear. I felt myself passing out. And then Maho jumped over the seat and slid into the passenger side. My mind was pulled back to reality. I slammed the door shut just as she told me. Maho shifted from neutral to drive and leaned over on the top of me to grab the wheel. Yeah, just get the hell out of there, man. I slammed the accelerator so hard that for a moment the wheels were almost spinning in place. Then the car leapt forward. Alright, just don't crash into one of the pillars. The attacker was getting closer. We were gonna hit him. I was about to take my foot off the accelerator when Maho shouted. I gritted my teeth and did as she said. But there was no impact. Evidently, the attacker had leapt away at the last second to avoid being crushed. But there was no time to confirm it as the car raced through the parking garage. We were going too fast, and since Maho was controlling the car from the passenger side, she couldn't keep it going in a straight line. Uh-oh. Oh god. The car spun to the left and right, and I was almost flung at the broken window. I grabbed onto the edge of the seat as hard as I could. We headed for the exit, slamming into walls and pillars as we went. Jesus. I could see an exit sign right in front of us. I pressed the brake and put my hand on top of Maho's, turning the wheel to the right. But That was the wrong thing to do. Yeah, you probably flipped the car, man. The rear tires slipped. The car spun in a circle. And then it came to a stop. I looked back and saw Dr. Leskinen lying face up on the seat, giving me a thumbs up sign. I quickly put my hand on the door and got ready to get out of the driver's seat. But then I saw an old creaky sedan rumbling towards us and shivered. It was the man from a moment ago. He was following us and moving really fast. Had it broken when we'd slam into the wall? I grabbed Maho out of the passenger seat and rolled outside. Dr. Leskinen rolled out of the rear door. It was less than a second afterward that the sedan hit. If we'd been even just a little too slow, we would have been turned into mincemeat. Jesus, man. The fuck is happening? I stood up and offered Maho a hand, then moved away from the unrecognizable wreck that used to be a car. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's disturbing. Drive safe, kids. Both cars were smashed together. The attacker's sedan was completely embedded in the rear half of the car we'd been driving. There's no way he could have survived. There was no tire marks on the ground, which meant he'd slammed into us without braking. I shivered. He and I had almost been killed. I was about to pull out my smartphone when the security guards heard the commotion and came running. The security guard nodded and contacted the police. Damn. I could feel a pulsing ache on the side of my head. A shot from the gun had grazed me. I hadn't felt that pain at all while I was driving. I fearfully reached up to touch it and felt blood flowing from my temple down my face. I gulped when I saw my fingertips had turned bright red. We need to get you to a hospital, buddy. I almost saw Mayuri when she was shot in the head. Oh. I almost saw Karisu when I'd killed her. The images felt like they were about to come flashing back to me, and I struggled to stay standing. Maho went pale. Shit, man. Superficial temporal artery? An artery located at the terminal branch of the external carotid artery. It travels from the neck to the head, and between the temples and ears. It supplies blood to the skin, ears, and jaw joints. Alright, so you don't want that to get hit. Oh, Jesus. Dr. Leskinen looked at the wound. When he touched me, I felt more pain, but I gritted my teeth to endure it. Okay, good. It's an artery, so it takes blood away from the heart. Jesus. Yeah, you don't want to get those hit.
これをお使いなさい。
すみません。
I put the handkerchief he offered to me up to my temple.
襲ってきた人、セミナーにいた人だわ。
The one at the seminar? It's been a while since I've seen the seminar, so...
本当か？
覚えてない？あなたが異議を出した相手よ。
Oh, that guy! That's right! It sounded like he was insulting Kurisu, so I shouted OBJECTION at him! That was the guy. Was this his way of getting back at me? I don't know about that. Because he seemed like a little fucking crazy. So it was probably a bit more than just that. Not a chance.
神の与えし魂とは神の子である我々にこそ宿る。決してシリコンの上には宿らない。
Oh, I think I get what he's saying. So the guy was religious, and he doesn't like the idea of giving life to AI. That's kind of what it sounds like, right? If you, like, think about what he's saying. Because, like, if you take silicon, something that's, like, man-made, it can refer to something like AI or something. I think that's kind of my interpretation of it.
何？
He doesn't like the idea of AI, I think.
銃を撃つ前に言ってたんだ。
アマデウスのことかしら。
I think so.
さあ。
I could faintly hear police car sirens in the distance. The hotel security guards and staff were starting to gather.
なあ、この状況どう説明したらいいんだ？
ありのまま言うしかないわ。私たちだって何が何だか。
Wait, what? And then Maho's eyes went wide. She, Dr. Leskinen, and the crowd were all staring at a single point. I looked too, and almost screamed. He's alive?!
もたらすものが忌まわしい。
The man crawled out from the wreckage of the sedan covered in blood. Oh god. And then he staggered to his feet. He looked like a zombie. All his limbs except the one holding the gun were pointed off in impossible directions. I could see what looked like bones sticking out from them. Oh my god! His stomach was torn open, and each time he crawled forward, I could see major organs covered in blood falling out of the... Oh my... Oh! Oh my god! But he moved towards us as if he felt no pain at all. It was such an awful sight that no one could speak. The man unsteadily aimed the gun towards Dr. Leskinen. Oh god. He must have been on the verge of death because his arm was flailing around too much to aim. But Dr. Leskinen's expression was pure terror, and he seemed unable to move. A shot rang out. Oh god. Fresh blood flew from out of the man's head, and his body was blown away as if it had been hit by a truck. He fell to the ground, still clutching his gun. Oh shit. At least they didn't get us. He tried to crawl forward anyway, but soon twitched and stopped moving. How the hell did he survive that before? If his organs were falling out and he's like got bone and he's like obviously bleeding to death, how the hell was he still alive? That sounds like something you'd obviously be dead from. It's possible? There's no way, dude. The crowd began to scream. Who the hell shot him, though? The attacker had been shot? You wouldn't live much longer without major medical help, but it's possible. Jesus, man. Did he shoot himself? No, that gunshot was clearly different from the last one. Was it the police? Who just fired? I looked around. I could see several policemen coming from the entrance, but none of them had their guns drawn. And the crowd was nothing but security and hotel staff. I couldn't see any of them carrying a gun. So who had fired? And where they fired from? And the way they took the attacker's head off with a single shot. You guys think it was maybe a sniper? Because if it was like strong enough to like blow the dude back, and they can't see where the dude is, it could very well be like a sniper. Shut up, dude. Machina. Not just anyone could do that.
何が起きてるんだよ。
Of course, no one told me. Afterward, the police took us into custody. We were taken to the police station and questioned until late into the night. The sun was almost about to rise by the time we left. The police took me home in a patrol car. Dr. Liskin and Maho were having the police take them back to their hotel in Wako, so we split up in front of the police station. We never did find out why that man had attacked us. Dude, I'd be absolutely fucking terrified in a situation like that. I've never been in a situation where I felt like someone was going to take my life. Well, actually, that's not possible. I've been in one major situation like that I can think of, but I'd rather not talk about it. But, you know, Jesus. This sounds fucking terrifying. Don't bring Mochi to a honestly, yeah, don't. You shouldn't bring anyone to a shooting. A shooting is a bad thing. She felt dizzy. That's strange, Suzuha thought. She stopped moving. Suzuha, what's wrong? Since she was in the middle of the sidewalk, the other pedestrians looked irritated as they moved around her. She took a deep breath and waited for a moment, but she still felt dizzy. Actually, she was finding it difficult to stand. Was she hallucinating? Or was the whole world starting to get blurry? All the noise of the city around her suddenly felt very far away. It was like she was diving underwater. Was this the reading Steiner ability that Uncle Okarin had talked about? Was she starting to acquire it too? And then she realized how warm she felt. The truth hit her.
具合悪いのか私
She somehow staggered back to the lab, managed to stagger back to the lab. It seemed she was worse off than she thought. If she could have, she'd have fallen to her knees right there. During the war and afterward, when she joined up with her dad's organization, she'd been hurt badly enough to go into a coma several times. Jesus, Suzuha. But this is the first time something like this had happened since she became a time traveler.
まずいな。
She looked up to the second floor. The lights were on. She felt honestly relieved to know that her dad was there. She walked up the stairs. The door was unlocked. She didn't have the energy to speak, so she tried to silently take off her shoes, and then she tripped. Oh god! Oof! She fell forward. Itaru was in the room. He saw her and ran over. Obviously no. She rubbed her knee and tried to stand up, but staggered again and fell into Itaru's arms.
どうしたん？
ごめん。ちょっとめまいがね。え、すずさん体調悪いの？平気ですか？
When she heard those voices, Suzuha finally realized that Yuki and Mayuri were also in the room. She'd let her guard down, she realized. Yuki seemed unconcerned by Suzuha's obvious uneasiness. She walked over with a serious expression on her face.
すずはさん、おでこを貸してください。
Yuki brushed her bangs aside and put her own forehead up against Suzuha's. Suzuha's heart started pounding. She had distant memories of her mother doing this before.
ひどい熱、大変だわ。
Better get some rest. Daru put his big hand up to Suzuha's cheek as well.
お、本当だ。
風邪かな。平気。こんなのすぐに治るから。
無理すんなって。今すぐ横になるべきだろ、上皇。
そうですよ。それは分かってる。ちょっとだけ休ませてもらうよ。
Suzuha used the last of her energy to reach the sofa. She collapsed on top of it and closed her eyes. Calm down, she told herself.
まゆし、濡れタオル持ってくるね。橋田さん、鈴葉さんの着替えは？
こっち。みんなこの中に。もちろん僕中を漁って、はあはあ、くんかとかしてないから。
God, okay. I'm alright. God, I hate this guy. Jesus. Sniff sniff, an onomatopoeia. Used to describe the act of smelling something, often used in manga and the internet. A favorite phrase of perverted gentlemen, its origins are unclear, but its use has been seen as far back as a popular comic during the early 1980s. God, that's so fucking gross, man. God.
くだらないこと言ってると、風邪のウイルスを伝染させてやるよ、兄さん。
Suzuha kept her eyes shut as she complained.
適当に選んで着替えさせてあげても？
頼むよ。僕じゃそういうわけにもいかないから。
はい。
As she listened to the conversation going on around her, Suzuha felt a cold towel on her forehead.
どう？悪いね、まゆ姉さん。気にしないで。
僕ちょっと風邪薬買ってくるからしばらくやろう。
いってらっしゃい。鈴葉さん、起きられますか？お兄さんが戻ってくる前に着替えだけ済ませてしまいましょう。
Suzuha opened her eyes. Why do I feel like I'm gonna have to turn off the screen in a second? Yuki was standing over her and looking down.
いや、このままでいいよ。今までもそうしてきたし。
Gets the black bar ready, yeah. In fact, before Suzuha became a time traveler, there were many times when she'd be unable to rest even if she was sick. Many times she wasn't able to change clothes or even lie down. Compared to that, this was a lot nicer.
ダメです。風邪はひき始めが肝心ですよ。でもじゃありません。早く脱いで。
Yuki was a little more forceful than usual as she tried to take Suzuha's clothes off. Suzuha jumped up, surprised.
わかった。やるよ。自分でやる。汗びっしょり。まゆりちゃん、乾いたタオルはある？はい、これ。
I'm ready. I'm ready to censor something. It's got me on edge. Yuki took the towel that Mayuri had brought from the shower room and gently wiped the sweat off Suzuha's forehead and neck.
くすぐったい。少し我慢してください。子供じゃないんだから。けど、
Oh no. Suzuha shook as she rubbed with the towel. She wasn't used to being touched, and this was the first time since she was very young that anyone had done this to her.
もういい。自分でやるってば。別に遠慮しなくても。遠慮とかじゃないから。
Suzuha grabbed the towel from Yuki, trying her best to hide herself from the gaze of the other two. She took off her clothes and wiped away the sweat. Her face felt really hot. She didn't know if it was because of the fever or not, but she was finding it difficult to think straight.
これでいい？はい、よくできました。あとはこれを着てください。
She grabbed the new pair of underwear and clothes from Yuki. Still trying to hide herself, she put them on. When she lay back down on the sofa, Yuki put a blanket on her. Okay, I think we're good.
まゆりちゃん、このお部屋って洗濯機はないんだっけ？いつもそれで困るんだよ。まゆし、後でコインランドリーへ行ってくるね。そんなことまでしてくれなくていいってば。こういう時はお互い様ですよ。そうだよ、すずさん。お腹は空いてます？何か食べられそうですか
？Suzuha looked at Yuki, then Mayuri, and was about to mumble another refusal, but in the end, she gave up and pulled the blanket up to her nose. This was really hard.
お腹はそんなに。でも薬を飲む前に食べておかないと。おかゆなんかどうかな。それいいね。じゃあすぐに作りますから、ちゃんと寝ていてくださいね。うん。
Oh god. I need to be ready. Itaru came back from the drugstore a while later. He was really out of breath. He must have gone running there and back. You're only exhausted because you never exercise, she thought to herself. But for some reason, the sight of her exhausted father made her happy, and she quickly shook her head.
ご苦労様、ダルくん。これからおかゆ作るんだ。それを食べたら薬を飲ませてあげてください。
オキドキ。
Itaru walked over to Suzuha as he answered.
具合はどうなん？
よくない。
Oh god.
やっぱ疲れが溜まってたんだな。鈴葉が休んでるとこ見たことないし。
我ながら情けないよ。私、ここにいない方がいいかもしれない。
え？
どこかで気が緩んでたんだ。父さんがいて、まゆ姉さんがいて、ルミ姉さんがいて、いつの間にか母さんまで。
Yeah, but we'd be kind of fucked without you, Suzuha. Ugh.
そのせいで、時々任務を忘れそうになる。なんだかこの温かい時間がいつまでも続くんじゃないかって錯覚しそうになったり、このまま戦争なんて起きないんじゃないかってふと考えてしまったり、普通の女の子と同じような暮らしに憧れてしまいそうになったり。
それのどこが悪いって言うん？
When Daru spoke, his face was actually serious for once, and he was looking straight into Suzuha's eyes. It was the face of the father she knew so well, the man who was always there for her. Man, if Daru is that man that's always there for you, I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
ここを出てどこへ行くつもりなんだよ。
それはマシンの中とか。
あんなところにずっといられるわけないだろ。
でも
あんなところに娘をずっと置いておけるわけないだろう。
とさ。
For a moment, Suzuha was about to cry. She squeezed the blanket as hard as she could to stop herself. And then...
おっと、なんかマジレスしちゃったお。
What do you mean accidentally? Net slang, the act of responding seriously to a post without joking around or posting memes. But I'd let Daru take... What the golden... What? Why?
とにかく僕は可愛い子と一緒にいられるのが嬉しくて、こっそりハーハーしたりクンカクンカするのが楽しみなのだぜ。
So you're looking forward to committing a crime, basically. Okay, nice. Very nice.
特に風で汗まみれになってる女の子は大好物です。
This guy's a fucking loser. Oh my god.
やめて。
だったら早く直すといいよ。僕にハスハスされるのが嫌だったらね。
That's your daughter. I don't care if you're joking. That is your literal blood-related daughter, brother.
わかったよ。
Suzuha whispered back a response, then turned away from Itaru and pulled the blanket closer.
もしかして今の僕の言葉でトラウマ解消しちゃった？好感度アップ。
You know that trap where someone smacks someone with a paper fan? Where's the trope when we need it? I don't know what you're talking about.
バカなこと言ってると治ってからひどい目に遭わせるよ。
ブーツ履いてゴリゴリ踏んづけるとかそういう？
指と爪の間にいろいろ刺す。
Oh! 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 Oh god, no. Oh god. The anime trope where the girl slaps a guy with a paper hand fan? I've never heard of that trope.
それだけはマジで勘弁してください。すみません。
She could smell the pleasant scent of Mayuri and Yuki's cooking from the kitchen.
なあ、鈴葉。そろそろ教えてくんないかな。毎日何をしに出かけてるん？僕にも手伝えることあるかもしんないし。
後で二人きりになったら話すよ。
あ、うん。それでもいいけど。
まゆ姉さんには聞かせられない話なんだ。
え？
Yeah, there was no way she could tell Mayuri. Three days later. I don't like where this is going. Suzuha was still sick. Yuki came over every day with Mayuri to check on her. Because of this, Suzuha was able to eat nutritious food, and her fever had gone down. Now all that was left was to get her strength back. But still, Yuki kept telling her that she needed to lie down. This meant that, for better or for worse, Suzuha spent her whole day on the sofa, half asleep. Somewhere in her half-awake mind, she heard a terribly off-key tune. Since she also heard the sound of falling water, it was probably coming from the shower room.
これ何の歌だっけ？ねえ、母さん。
Suzuha had heard it when she was very young. Her mother had been singing it just like she was now. But what exactly the song was about, she just couldn't remember.
もう起きなきゃ。いつまでも寝てられない。
But even when she tried to open her eyes, they just wouldn't move. Her body must have needed more rest. Maybe Yuki was right, and she needed to lie down some more. She moaned and twisted slightly. When she did, the blanket fell to the floor. She didn't feel like she had the energy to pick it up. She could sense someone standing up from the desk where Itaru always used the PC. Whoever they were, they came over and put the blanket back on.
まゆ姉さんの匂い。
Weirdly, Mayuri always smelled good even when she wasn't using perfume. It was a slightly sweet smell, like a pale white flower. It was the scent that held her all night, on that distant day in the future when she'd lost her mother. Suzuha pulled her legs inside the blanket and grabbed onto her knees, like a baby in the womb. Memories went in and out of her mind as she lay there, half asleep.
ママは痛い思いとかしたのかな。
Oh.
苦しい思いとかしたのかな。
She suddenly remembered what Kagari had said to her after they traveled through time. "2036, the day when she left. At the last second, Mayuri had looked at Suzuha and Kagari inside the time machine and smiled. It was just like the gentle smile on Suzuha's mother's face when she died protecting her daughter.
すずさん、起こしちゃった？うん。ちょっと前から起きてた。
Again? How full was that thing? Jesus Christ.
何か食べる？うん。
After she said yes, Suzuha snapped back to reality. Snapped back to reality! Sorry. She was getting weaker. When she realized that, she forced her sick body off the sofa. Her head shook, and she had to stop herself from falling forward. But she grabbed the back of the sofa and managed to stand on her own 2 feet.
ああ、ダメだよ。そんな急に起きちゃう。もう平気。迷惑かけたね、まゆ姉さん。迷惑だなんて、そんなことないよ。
Mayuri went to the kitchen and turned on the burner underneath one of the pots. The sounds and smells of bubbling stew filled the whole lab. Mayuri mixed it with the ladle and stopped every once in a while to taste it. She turned toward Suzuha and smiled.
ああ、大成功だよ。まゆ姉さんが作ったの？うん。ゆきさんのおかげで、まゆしーの腕はめきめき上達しているのです。兄さんは？メイクインに行ったよ。その後はバイトなんだって。
Okay.
そっか。あ、ダルくんがいないからって夜出かけようとか思ってるでしょ。ダメだよ。平気。平気じゃないよ。そういうこと言うとユキさんに叱ってもらっちゃうから。私がどうかしたの
The curtains to the bathroom opened and Yuki came out. Her skin was just a little flush.
すずさんがね、寝ていてくれないのです。まあ、ダメですよ、すずはさん。うん。あと1日、おとなしくしていること、いいですか？うん。
Suzuha's answer was less than enthusiastic, but she gave in to Yuki's glare and sat back down on the sofa.
はい、そのまま横になって。わかったよ。
She pouted and slumped down on the sofa, then pulled the blanket on top of her. Suzuha was capable of talking back to Big Sis Mayuri, but she'd never talk back to Yuki.
何？すずさんってそうしてると可愛いなーっ
今の姿をダル君に見せたらちょっと危ないかも。
She'd be in danger, is the more accurate term. Actually, she wouldn't. She'd probably just kill Dar, and then everybody would be happy.
そうだね。時々本当に兄弟なのかなって思うことあるし。気持ち悪いこと言うな。
Yeah, really don't be creepy with that, please.
あれれ、鈴葉さん、もしかして照れてます？照れてなんかいない。本当に？当たり前だろ。なんで私が。
と言いつつ照れてるすずさんってやっぱり可愛いね。
Yeah, she's blushing from being sick. We'll go with that.
萌えだね、萌え。うるさいな。
Suzuha couldn't say anything, so she just had to turn away.
さてと、マヤシーはそろそろアルバイトに行かなきゃ。
シチューは食べていかないの？
アルバイトの帰りにもう一回ここに寄るつもりなんだ。その時に食べようかと思って。
じゃあサラダか何か作っておいてあげる。一緒に食べて。
ありがとう、ゆきさん。楽しみにしてるね。
Mayuri told Suzu one more time that she needed to keep lying down, then left for May Queen Neon Squared. Yuki went to the kitchen and added a few seasonings to the stew Mayuri made, then turned off the burner.
あ、そうだ、鈴葉さん、汗かいてるでしょ。食事の前に体拭いておきましょうか。いいって言ってるじゃないか。
Yuki wanted to do stuff like that every day, and each time Suzuha frantically refused.
シャワーは無理でもちゃんときれいにしておかなくちゃ。
Wait, she's not even been showering? Okay, that's... oof, yikes.
昨日も一昨日もやったんだからいいって。1週間や2週間くらい放っておいても死ぬわけじゃないし。
I mean, if she can't even get up... I mean, they could, like, carry her and put her in, like, a shower chair or something, right? I mean, when I broke my foot, I didn't just not take showers, you know what I mean, man? Like...
1週間ってそんなのダメです、ダメです。
Wait, what? A week, 2 weeks, Jesus. You took bath? No, I took showers, man. I don't take baths. Baths are gross. Yuki hurried into the shower room.
あのさ、自分でできるから。そういうこと言う人に限っていつまでもやらないんですよね。そんなことダメです。
Yuki came back with a bowl filled with hot water and a towel. She could be stubborn when she got this way. Suzuha had learned that well over the past 3 days. Yuki was just like the mother she remembered. She slowly and uneasily stood up. And then she took off her top, trying best not to let Yuki see the skin. Okay, I'm ready to censor.
女の子同士なんだからそんなに恥ずかしがらなくても。
$10. Some dude comes in while they're in the middle of this. $10, chat. $10.
構わないだろ、別に。背中だけ私が拭いてあげますね。
$20, it's Daru. Oh, Lord. God.
いい。子供じゃないんだからできる。でも、ちゃんと拭けないと思うし。
$10 it's Okave.
いいってば。
$30 it's Luca. Luca's a brave bet. Yuki seemed a little shocked, but she quickly handed over the hot, wet towel.
ごめんなさい。触られるのが嫌な人もいますよね。うん。私こそ悪かった。大きな声出したりして。お湯、テーブルの上に置いておきますから。夕飯の支度しちゃいます。
Yuki walked off, dejected. Once Suzuha saw that she was focused on finishing the cooking, she slid behind the curtains and into the back part of the room. Okay, no one come in. Nice. She used the towel and wash bowl to wipe herself down. She couldn't let Yuki see her body. There were scars, both old and new, all over her, and burn marks that might never heal. No money for Mochi. Sag. Unlucky. To her, these wounds were like medals from vicious battles she'd survived, and she didn't care who saw them. But she didn't want to let the mother who'd given birth to her, or rather, would give birth to her, see them. Especially not the dozens of pale white marks around her breast. Pale white marks? That doesn't sound good. Pale white marks.
母さん。
She still remembered that nightmarish day. The bullets which had killed her mom had lost their power as they passed through her organs, but still managed to dig into Suzawa's skin. Jesus Christ! And when they did, they were covered in her mother's blood and flesh. The scars would probably never heal completely. To Suzuha, they were her mother's grave. She shook her head to try and get the nightmare out of her mind. She took her bottoms off too, and then wiped herself clean all the way down to her toes. Then she put on a new pair of underwear. It was only after she finished putting on her newly cleaned clothes that she felt human again. When she came back, Yuki was putting bowls filled with stew and salad onto the table. Their eyes met, and an awkward silence filled the room.
できました。
Yuki broke the silence first.
うん、ありがとう。どのくらい食べますか？いや、いいよ。それくらいは私がやる。
Suzuha put just enough stew and salad for her meal onto her own plate. And then made a plate for Yuki as well.
すみません。いや、こっちこそ食事の用意なんてさせて悪い。
I mean, you're sick, you know. It's fine.
具合が悪いときはお互い様と言ったはずですよ。食べ終わったらちゃんと薬も飲んでくださいね。うん。
The two sat on the sofa and filled their mouths with stew and salad. The stew had a mild, gentle flavor. It felt like something Mayuri would make.
ずいぶん上達したでしょ、まゆりちゃん。缶詰をただ温めただけとか、そういうわけじゃないんですよ。
That's cute. That's a cute CG, right?
だね。鈴葉さんもやってみません？教えますよ。私はいいよ。柄じゃないし。そんなことないと思いますけど。まあ、いつかね。いつかっていう人は結局最後までやらないんですよ。それさっきも似たようなこと言ってた。そうでしたっけ？うん。
And then the conversation ceased for a time. Suzuha slurped down her stew. She had terrible manners and tried to come up with something to talk about. This time, it was Suzuha's turn to break the silence. After what she'd just remembered, she couldn't bear to be silent around Yuki.
さっきの歌だけどさ、あれ、なんだっけ？歌？シャワールームで、ほら。もしかして歌ってました？私。
Oh, man.
恥ずかしい。下手なのに歌うの好きだからつい口ずさんじゃうんですよね。別にうまい下手なんて気にしなくていいと思うけど、何の歌だったか思い出せなくてさ。実は私もなんですよ。え？印象的なところだけ覚えてるというか、子供の頃に流行った教育番組の歌か何かだとは思うんですけど。役に立てなくてすみません。鈴葉さんはいつ頃あの歌を？私も子供の時かな。母さんがよく歌ってくれたよ。優しそうな人ですもんね、鈴葉さんのお母さん。うん。
The conversation flowed so naturally that she didn't think about how she responded.
え
？Hmm? Oh, I get it. A second later, she realized that what she'd said, and then she stared at her mother.
どうしました？私の母さん。どういうこと？
Hmm? Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
どういうことって、おとといお見かけしまして。
Wait, she saw her mom? Wait, whoa, wait, what?
ですから、おとといここを訪ねていらしたんです。
You... But you are her mom.
そんなバカな。お母さんが来たらおかしいんですか？だって。
There was no way she could say that her mother was right in front of her. Confused, she fell silent. But she thinks Suzu and Daru are bro and sis. Who would she mistake for her mother, though? Yuki, for her part, must have come to some conclusion about the reason for Suzuha's reaction. She started to stammer and fidget.
ごめんなさい。私、何も知らなくて、もしかして、お母さんとの間に何か？いや。喧嘩をして家出してるとか？そういうわけじゃ。今 今にして思えばなんか変ですよね。お母さんたら橋田さんには着替えや差し入れを持ってきていたのに、鈴葉さんには何も。
What the hell?
と兄さんに着替え差し入れ。はい。
What did she look like? Suzaha thought as hard as she could and finally reached an answer.
あ、そうか。
I'm still confused. Yuki was talking about Itaru Hashida's mother. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? What? In other words, Suzaha's grandmother, who she'd never seen except in pictures. Oh, that makes sense. But since she told Yuki that she was Itaru's brother, it was natural that she'd make the wrong assumption.
どうしました？なんでもない。
If Itaru had said even a word to her about it, this wouldn't have happened. How stupid. She'd have to give her a lecture later. Well, Suzaha was thinking about the talking to her dad was going to get, Yuki had already started to sympathize with her imagined plight.
鈴葉さん、私いつでも相談に乗りますからね。
Oh, man.
何でも話してくださいね。
Oh, man. For some reason, her eyes were starting to well up.
ありがとう。
Suzaha didn't know how to react to this, but she felt a little embarrassed.
やっぱり優しいんだな、母さんは。
No. Just like she'd told Itaru, this place was too comfortable. She was starting to imagine that this life would continue forever. But sending this brief, happy time beyond the horizon of the world line was supposed to be Suzaha's mission. If she didn't, this world would be destroyed. Still think Yuki's sus? I mean, I don't know, man. She could be. She very well could still be. As I walked into the maid cafe, May Queen Nyan Squared, the cat-eared maids working there greeted me cheerfully. It was a weekday evening, so there were more open seats than usual.
おかえりなさいませ。今日な、じゃなくて、おかりん。
ああ。今日は前よりは？
マユシーならもうすぐ来るにゃ。あと30分くらい。
そっか。
Mayuri had been working here for a while now. Her maiden name was Mayushi Nyan. When she was a maid, she wore a long blonde wig and cat ears and looked very different from her usual self. Seems like an unsanitary work outfit. Nah, it's fine.
ダルに呼ばれたんだ。もう来てるかな。
いつもの席に。
I looked toward the back corner and saw a silhouette sitting next to the window with the sun at its back.
あと、今日は知り合いが一緒なんだ。メイドカフェ初心者なんで、俺とダルの話が終わるまで、ちょっと相手してもらってもいいか。
にゃにゃ、お知り合い、どちら様かにゃ。
おい、ヒアジョさん、こっち。
Oh, it's Maho. I called to Maho. She was fidgeting outside the store, apparently unwilling to come in.
おかりんが可愛い女の子を連れてるにゃ。
いや、そんなに驚かなくてもいいだろ
しかも背の高さから見て小学生か中学生。
Oh no.
う。違う。
信じられない。フェリスというものがありながら新しい恋人、新しいロリ恋人を作るにゃんて。
Oh, oh Lord, no, no, no.
違うって。彼女はアメリカの大学から研究のために。
これはもう円卓会議で糾弾するしかないにゃ。
人の話を聞いてくれ。
一体何の話をしているのかしら。
Maho had finally made it inside, but she was staring at me and Ferris with suspicious eyes. I'd gone with Maho to the police to talk about the attack again. After that, we both realized we hadn't eaten, so I'd brought her here. Ferris stood up to her full height, gave a cute little bow, and then did one of her cat-like poses.
お帰りなさいませ、お嬢様。当店ではいらっしゃいませじゃなくてお帰りなさいませというのにゃ。
ああ、そういうことなのね。
フェイリスニャンニャンだにゃ。お嬢様、お名前は？
ヒア城真帆よ。
ヒア城というと沖縄のお嬢様かにゃ。
あら、よく知ってるのね。
that has to be something like you just know with like local knowledge because I have no idea where she got that from.
いつも聞き返されるか間違えられるかのどっちかなのに、しかも沖縄の名前ということまで。
当然だにゃ。フェイリスは3世代前の前世で琉球王国の彼方にある理想郷パイパニローマを守護する精霊だったんだにゃ。
Oh no. Paipateromia, a legendary island whose name written in kanji means the island between the shining summer waves. It is said to be even further south than Hataruma Island, the southernmost occupied island of Japan. In Okinawan, Pai means south, Pati means end, and Roma means coral reef. So put together, it means the southernmost coral reef. The Okinawan faith has always believed that beyond the sea lies a mythical utopia called Nirai Kanai, and oh my god. Pai Pati Roma is believed to be a variant of this. Another explanation says that geographically, it could refer to Taiwan or Lucin Island, but the truth of both theories is unknown. Another island in the Yaeyama Island chain, Yonaguni Island, has a belief in a legendary island called Haidonan. This shows how deeply the Nirai Kanai belief is embedded in this area. Jesus. Oh, this is another long one. The Kingdom of Ryukyu. The kingdom that would later become modern Okinawa. That country had a long history that stretched over 4.5 centuries, and served as a major trading point in the Asian region. The capital was located in Naha at Shuri Castle. High-ranking noble families called Wikata built castles called Gushuku on top of mountains and hills, and ruled over their own local areas. In 1609, they were invaded by Satsuma province, and were forced to pay tribute both to Satsuma and the Edo shogunate. Even so, the kingdom was allowed to keep its independent status, but in 1879, the Restoration government forced it to hand over Shuri Castle, and it officially became part of Japan. Religious rituals played an extremely important role in the life of the Kingdom of Ryukyu. These rituals were held by a priestess called Noro. Jesus.
はい。
そう、あの頃フェイリスたち精霊の声はノロを通じて人々に届き、王国を正しい姿へと導いていたのにゃ。
I like how Maho's just like, what in the fuck? Dude, why are they so long, good lord? Festivals and religious rituals play an important role in Okinawan life, and it's always the job of a woman to lead them. This school of thought that says that it's a woman that speaks with the gods is one found all around the world. During the time when Okinawa was still in its own independent kingdom, the royal government specifically designated priestess called Noro, who had greater authority than the high-ranking nobles. The most important of them, the Kiko no Ukimi, the great lady who hears and prospers, was second in rank only to the king, and her influence extended even into politics and judicial matters. Since the Noro were an official rank of the Okinawan kingdom, their only remnants now that the kingdom is gone are a few of their descendants. Thus, it is civilian priestess and spiritualist called Yuta that perform modern rituals. I want to go to Ryukyu Islands one day. It sounds cool.
ところが荒ぶる怪人たちがパイパティローマに攻め込んできて、ついにフェイリスたちは
Jesus, Ferris.
ごめんなさい。この人は何を言っているの？
I'd not take most of it seriously.
なんというか、秋葉で通じる特別な言語のようなものだな。
そうなの？
あまり考えると頭がパンクするぞ。
すでにパンクしそうなんだけれど。
とにかくしばらく待っててくれ。向こうに座ってる友達と話があるんだ。
I pointed to Daru, and when she saw him by the window, her eyes narrowed.
どうかした？
ずいぶん大きな人ね。
Maho said, "Hold up, let me take a shot at him too."
後で紹介するよ。少しは痩せるように言ってやってほしいな。
Tell him to lose some weight. God damn.
それじゃあマホニャン、お席へ案内するにゃ。
Another maid had just finished cleaning a table.
マホニャン？
かわいいにゃ。
できれば普通に呼んでもらえないかしら。
これが普通だにゃ。さあこちらへどうぞマホニャ。
Maho remained dead silent as she was led to a seat near where Daru was sitting. I headed to Daru's table too. I sat across from him and ordered some coffee from a nearby maid.
見損なったぞオカリン。リア充爆発しろ。
Jesus.
フェイリスと同じようなこと言うなって違うんだよ。
何が違うんだ。あんな合法ロリッコ。
Just keep calm, Mochi. Just keep calm. Just act like oh god. Just act like Daru didn't just say that shit. All right. Okay.
しかもすごく可愛いのになんだか垢抜けなくて残念な感じがたまらないよ。オカリンのくせに生意気だ。ぬふー。
そういうこと本人に言うなよ。怒ると怖いぞ。
I glanced over at Ma, who was staring at the menu and trying her best to keep up with Ferris.
前に電話で話しただろう。襲われた時に一緒だったレスキネン教授の助手の。
そんなことはどうでもいいっつうの。問題はオカリンが僕を差し置いて可愛いおにゃの子を連れ歩いているっつうことなのだぜ。
There's a lot of good reasons you don't get to do that, Daru. A lot of good reasons.
でもすればいいだろう。デートとか。
嫌味だとさらにできるようになったな、オカリン。
He just gave you legitimate advice.
嫌味じゃない。ユキさんを誘ったらどうなんだ。
ぐぬぬん。
まさかまだ全然アプローチしてないのか。
Oh my.
いいんだ。僕は魔法使いになるんだから。
Huh? What? Bro wanting to be Gandalf? What? Huh? Wizard. There's an urban legend that if a man is still a virgin past the age of 30, he becomes a wizard. I see. It's also said that further training can make him into a fairy. Alright, Dar. You know the world line's not gonna let that happen, right, Dario? So like, even if you wanted that, that's not what's gonna happen.
おいおい、それじゃまずいだろう。鈴葉が生まれてこなくなる。
それを言われると。
ユキさんのこと嫌いじゃないんだろ。
そりゃ綺麗な人だし、太ももとかうなじとかハーハーするけど。
Okay. So his only reasons for liking her so far is, appearance, nice. Okay, Daru, nice. God.
やめないか変態。
変態じゃないよ。変態紳士だよ。
Same goddamn thing.
どっちでもいい。俺は恋愛的な意味で言ってるんだ。
Daru leaned over the table and sipped his iced tea through a straw.
そういうのよくわかんないんだよね。
って子供か。
今日のお前が言うなすれはここですか？
We stared at one another. He was right. When it came to romance, I didn't really have the right to talk.
まあいいや。そういう話をしたくて呼んだわけじゃないし。
確かに。本題に入ってくれ。
うん。実はさ、話は2つあって。
Here, Daru stopped and casually looked around. There weren't many people in the cafe, and thanks to Ferris, there was no one sitting near us. As long as we didn't yell, there was no risk of being overheard. I realized that the old me's habits were coming back. Was it because I'd just gone through something out of a Hollywood movie?
まず1つ目な。マユシには内緒にしてほしいんだけど、人を探してるんだよ。
Huh?
マユリに内緒？
うん。
なんで？
ちょっとね。
What?
Hmm.
He seemed reluctant to speak.
オカリンってさ、マユシの幼なじみだろ？マユシの友達か知り合いで、カガリって名前の子知らない？
Is this how we're getting into Kagari?
カガリ？ん？
Of course, I didn't know every single one of her friends, but I'd never heard that name.
いや、俺の知ってる限りは。
じゃあ、名前は置いといて、マユシと特別に仲の良かった女友達とかは？
そうだな。
It was a group of kids she used to play with in elementary school. I told Daru their names. Of course, he knew all her friends since high school. She was especially close to Fubuki and Kaide from her cosplay group, as well as Ferris and the other maids at May Queen Yon Squared. There was also Luca, even if he wasn't a girl.
俺が答えられるのはこの程度だ。お前が知ってることと大して変わらない。すまないな。
いや、それでも十分だ。助かった。
Unos? Daru took out a smartphone and wrote down the names of the girls I'd given him.
なんでマユリ本人に聞かないんだ？
As much as they bring up Daru's size.
まあいろいろあって。
They bring up Luca being feminine quite a lot too. I mean, yeah. That's like, yeah.
というか、誰なんだかがりって。どうして誰がその人を？
I think the obvious difference there, Golden, being that Luca wants to be and likes to be feminine. I'm fairly sure. I don't think Daru wants to be fat. Daru wasn't consciously tapping the table. He seemed to be deciding how best to explain it.
実は僕じゃなくて鈴葉が探してるんだよね。
鈴葉が？
Right. Exactly, Golden.
なんで彼女がマユリの知り合いなんか？
No, wait. If Suzaha was involved...
それはつまりマユリの未来に関係あるってことか。だからマユリには言えない。
まあね。その子の名前さ、椎名かがりって言うんだと。
椎名？
Yep.
マユリの親戚か何かか？
It's her daughter, actually.
そうじゃない。いや、そうじゃないこともない。マユシの娘なんだってさ。
Yep.
ああ。
That was an awfully calm reaction, Rintaro. You said it so naturally that I almost missed it. Oh, I see. I see. Her daughter, huh? Her daughter. What does daughter mean again? You know what it means. Daughter. 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 Mayuri's daughter.
マユリの娘？
Dude, alright.
声がでかいっつーの。
I swallowed my words as best as I could.
本当なのか？それ。
ただ、実の子供じゃないらしい。繊細孤児だったのを養子にしたとかなんとか。
A war orphan. I couldn't even imagine what chain of events in the future would bring that about. But it sounded a lot like something Mayuri would do. Even in the worst world line, Mayuri would still know the joy of having a child. Maybe it was wrong, but it still made me feel a little better. But at the same time, I felt a little worried about whether she could raise a kid.
でも変じゃないか。なんでこの時代にマユリの娘が？
鈴葉と一緒に2036年から脱出してきたみたいなんだよ。
なんだって？
ところがさ、ミッションのために1998年の秋葉へ立ち寄って、そこではぐれちゃったって。鈴葉は必死になって探したんだけど見つからなかったらしい。
それで1998年に置いてきたのか。
探してる最中、タイムマシンが見つかりそうになったみたいで、かがりを残したままジャンプせざるを得なかったって言ってた。その後は数ヶ月単位の小さな移動を繰り返していろいろ手を尽くしたんだけど、2000年まで進んだところで 燃料がギリギリになっちゃって。
で、本来のミッションを果たすために一気に2010年まで飛んだっていうことか。
I finished his sentence and Daru nodded.
けど鈴葉は今に来てからもまだ諦めずにずっと探し続けてるんだよね。つうことで、それとなく眉氏に聞いといてくれるかな。
俺が
10年ちょい前に自分と同じくらいの年の子が会いに来なかったかとか。
わかった。聞いてみるよ。
If I could find her, I wanted to. Adopted or not, she was the future Mayuri's daughter. And I felt a little guilty about the things with Suzuha. I wanted to help if I could. Just then, the maid brought my coffee. As I drank it, I looked over to Maho's seat. Ferris had barely left her alone for an instant.
それじゃあこれからパンケーキをさらに美味しくする魔法をかけるにゃ。
Oh, man.
魔法？
さあマホニャもご一緒に。世界がやばいにゃ陰謀にゃ。
普通に食べさせてもらえないかしら。
ここではこれが普通にゃ。ではどうぞ召し上がれにゃ。
いただきます。
マホニャ、垂れるにゃ。蜂蜜が垂れちゃうにゃ。
え、あら？
もう赤ちゃんみたいだにゃ。
Oh, she won't like that.
赤ちゃん？
They looked like they were having a good time. I turned back to Daru.
一つ目の話は分かった。で、二つ目ってのは？
これオカリンに聞いていいもんか迷ったんだけど。
なんだ、水臭いな。
How many times is that thing gonna burst open? Is it raining really hard outside or something?
やっぱやめた方がいいかな。
He just mumbled to himself and didn't say anything. It was rare for Daru to hesitate like this.
言ってみろよ。答えたくないと思ったら拒否するから。
じゃあ。
His hand went for his smartphone. Huh? Ryan? This is about my secret job, so let's use this.
秘密のバイトというと。
Daru cut me off and pointed at my phone. I guess he wanted me to use it. Was this something even more secret than what we just talked about? Secret job? You mean you're hacking? Yeah, basically. It's not all illegal stuff, though. I make online systems for manufacturers and banks, build and admin servers, boring things like that. Oh, and I do virus analysis and make security software. There's data recovery, oh, and making new encryption tech, too. Seriously? So like a system engineer? Nothing formal like that. But we've got a bit of a reputation. Our group gets jobs from all over the world. I call myself Dash. What's that short for? I can't tell you. Why? I just can't. I don't think I can help you with that. You were close to Kurisu Makise, right? Huh? What do you mean? I want some help with her. I've hit a dead end with this job I'm doing. A job you're doing? What do you mean?
ごめん。やっぱやめとく。
Daru said that to me directly and was about to put away his phone.
待て待て。ここでやめられたら気になって夜も眠れなくなるだろ
う。でも
あんまり気を使うなよ。その方がかえって辛くなる。
わかったお。
He whispered and sent me another message on Rhine. Someone brought in a laptop and a portable hard drive to us a while back. Oh, that's Crace's laptop. Both of them have really strong full disk encryption on them and can't be booted without a password. Of course, you can't take the hard drive out and connect it to another PC either. The client hit up a bunch of places and with no luck and finally came to us. So is that Maho herself, or is the encryption that strong? I've heard that even full disk encryption can be broken by a pro. Not happening with this one. You know why? We were the ones who made it, baby. What? Huh? You guys made it, then you can't do it with yourself? I'm a believer that encryption needs to be a poison without an antidote, or there's no point. So you don't know how to break the code even though you made it. Exactly. What the fuck? If we can break it, then other hackers who are just as good as us can break it too, right? And that's no good. Duh. I see. And don't call me a super hacker. Jesus Christ. I don't think he did. Otsu, short for Otsukare-sama, which means good work or way to go. Netsling. Otsukare-sama? I didn't! But what's this got to do with Kurisu? The laptop and hard drive belong to Kurisu Makise. Yep, we know that. So Kurisu's belongings? I wanted to ask Dari directly, but stopped myself. Something seemed weird about the client, so I hit up the PC manufacturer's user registration database. How I did that is a secret, by the way. And I found that it was registered under her name. Same address, too. It's definitely her. Who brought you the computer? Why would they have Kurisu's computer? Sorry, the rules say I can't tell you that. It was Maho, obviously, I think. Were they Russian? Huh? Nope. Why Russia? Nagabachi? No, if it's not, then fine. So what do you want me to do? I want a hit, man. You know any words that Kurisu might use for her password? I can't brute force the password, so I have to do it the hard way. I've tried her birthday, graduation dates, and stuff. Address and phone, too. Not that I can imagine her picking them for a password. Also, any words commonly used in brain science are frequently used in her papers. I've got all that data. Now I'm trying stuff from her private life. It felt like the grave of someone I cared about was being violated. What kind of words did I associate with Kurisu's private life anyway? Kuri, Gohan, and Kamehameha? My fork? Or maybe something to do with her dad? I tried to remember more about Kurisu, but when I did, I started to think about her last moments. I quickly shut down that train of thought.
悪い。少し時間をくれないか。すぐには考えがまとまらない。
うん、了解。何か思い出したらでいいから。それに強制じゃないし、思い出したけど教えたくないならそれでいい。
ああ。
I sighed and gulped down my cold coffee.
おかりん、今日ラボでクリスマスパーティーやるって言っておいたよね。ちゃんと覚えてる？
Seeing Mayuri in a Santa outfit got me off guard, to say the least. We'll leave that for tomorrow. We've been at it fairly long today. Let's save right there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stop there for today. Made some pretty good progress. Got me. I'm watching. I'm watching your phrasing. Oh lord. I would never be cursed. Not on this channel. Who can we raid? Who can we raid? It doesn't seem like a... we'll just end today. Raid me. Alright. Alright, we'll go ahead and end it. You have a suggestion? Alright, well, okay, let's... Alright, what do you got? Miraculous. Alright. Raid. Mary Q. Plus. And, huh? Oh, like, god damn it. Why can't I ever spell anything right? God damn it. Mary Q. Plus. There we go. And here is the raid message. This is the greatest bear raid of all time. There's a raid message for you guys. Y'all make sure you show Maria, I'm gonna guess, a lot of love, and show her the good old mochi welcome and all that good stuff. And follow her and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably about 7. And yeah, have a good day, and El Sai Kangaroo.